Now, curiously, we've only got 4 symbols here, don't we? Earth, water, air, and fire. Do you see that something's missing? We've got an upward facing pentagram. We would have a lower facing pentagram, wouldn't we, from the other one? Hard to draw. Yeah. In other words, this line here, if you draw the downward pointing triangle with this line through it, which is what element? Earth. Yeah, it's Earth. Okay. Then you've got different forces at play. You've got negative here, positive, neutral, negative, and neutral. And then if you connect those, connect the similar ones up, the neutrals and the negatives, you get a downward pointing pentagram. Okay, nothing evil about it. It's just the full symbol for earth, downward pointing. The full symbol for fire, upward, or air, I'm sorry, upward pointing. Yeah. But question for you, let's get rid of these. See, I'm gonna need more chalkboards, aren't I? We'll do upward pointing triangle in red. We know this vector, right? That's air. But what about this one? You see, because there's also a point where neutral and positive cross this line here. Or what about this one? That's incomplete. How many are there in total? There's 3. 4 actually, because you also have the without the overlap. Wrong color. Good to be accurate in these sorts of things. Got the downward pointing triangle, and 1, 2, 3. So you've got 8. Right? Upward pointing triangle with a line, upward pointing triangle with this line and this line. So that's 4 right there. And then same thing with the downward pointing triangle. You've got 8. Now, if you watched the video today, the one that I sent out, said, hey, you might want to check this out. If you watch that, where does 8 play into things? Creep over here, start giving hints. Let's see. Huh?
Tao Xi Ching.
Right. And you see how they represented it. They've got the names aren't going to match, okay? Because what the I Ching calls earth, they would call water, water, and what the I Ching calls heaven, they would call fire. But the forces, the positive and negative forces in all of these will line up, and there's 8 of these trigrams. Now, it's a very curious thing because this diagram is ancient, as is this diagram. All right, they both came up with the same exact idea, just different names, just different words to put on it. But now, we're in a situation here where we've got a bunch of laws on the table. You've got the law of unity, right? That prima materia, if you wish, or the yin-yang that's mixed in a mixed state. In other words, there's no dots in it yet, hasn't separated out. Yeah? That creates fixed and volatile. And to know itself, it has to intersect itself with itself, you see. It has to come up with another aspect of itself. You can call it hot and cold on one bar, wet and dry on another, and that's how it gets to know itself. Yeah? And so then you get these 4 out of here, which is really 8. Alchemists were tricky, you see. They didn't want to give away everything. They didn't want to give it all away. Yeah? But out of that 4 comes 3: salt, mercury, and sulfur. So you've got 1, 2, 4, 3. Out of these 4 comes 5, the pentagram. And out of the law of 3 knowing of itself, you get 6. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All in there, all in that diagram.